Hello and welcome back to another solo episode. I am so excited you're here, and today I'm going to be sharing how I'm using ChatGPT for myself and my 6 and 7 figure clients to generate months worth of core content ideas and turn that into podcast episodes, blog posts, YouTube episodes. Whichever way you are getting your content out to your people, I am going to show you how to do that in an easy, aligned, sustainable way that saves you hours worth of time and generates results. And so whether you have access to my tools, which I am sharing the links below, or you'll see them in the email that you're getting from me, but even if you don't have access to these tools or you don't want to get these tools, follow along because I'm going to share with you exactly what's included so that you can still generate the core content ideas for your specific offer in a way that's really aligned, allows you to be consistent and bring in the right people in a fraction of the time. Okay, let's dive in. So what you're seeing right now is just my ChatGPT screen and me down in the corner. And before I jump in, I forgot to say it's my birthday today, and I just want to share that I am so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for you watching this, for showing up, for being a part of my community. Thank you. My whole goal with my podcast, with these episodes, are to help you build and grow your communities so that you can make a greater impact on the people around you, so that the impact that we have is far greater for us, far greater than us, and has a ripple effect. And so thank you. Thank you for showing up and being here. It's beautiful out. It's finally beautiful here in Wisconsin. So I am sitting in my backyard working today. So if you hear the birds chirping or the wind blowing or airplanes flying above me, that is what I'm here doing. So let's dive in. All right, you're seeing my ChatGPT screen, and I have created tons of custom GPTs so that it helps me and my clients write faster, write better, and all of my structures, frameworks, all the things, right? And so number one, the content generator. And so this is what I'm going to be walking through today. This content generator has 5 different core buckets that I think are important to share with your audience. And it allows you to share different types of content, core content ideas, in a way that's really consistent, it feels aligned, and again, it not only brings in the right people, but it nurtures those leads to bring them into your world, to bring them into your offer, to your community, your mastermind, whatever it is that you're offering. The content is meant to nurture them and get them ready to take that next step with you. And so again, whether that's your podcast, your YouTube videos, your blog posts, your nurture emails, this is going to help you come up with those content ideas so that you're not sitting there, what do I post this week? What should I write? And I have people saying to me, well, I really want it to feel more aligned. You know, one week we're posting this, and then we have this idea, so we're throwing that out there, and then we're doing this, so we're throwing that out there. And in order to be more aligned, you can use this tool or use ChatGPT to come up with these ideas and create that calendar. And so what I'm doing is showing you how to use this tool, which can then be input into your Asana or your project management tool, and then turned into blog posts, emails, YouTube videos, all the things. Okay, so let's dive in. This is going to share 5 different content buckets and 6 ideas in each one. So if you're sharing one piece of content a week spread across all your channels, that gives you 30 weeks of core content. Okay, 30 weeks of content within minutes. And so because I don't want you to sit here and watch the entire thing of me doing this, because that would take forever and nobody has time for that. I'm just going to walk you through and show you exactly what it does. But for the time being, if you don't have my tool or you don't want to get my tool, the content generator, here's what is important to know for ChatGPT. It needs to understand who you are, how you show up to serve, what your offers are, and then more importantly, who your ideal client is. And so I have created docs that I save in my Google Drive for myself and for my clients. So anytime I go in to do a piece of writing, whether that's their sales page, their emails, a lead magnet, ad copy, whatever it is we're writing, I have a document that clearly states what their offers are, who their ideal client is, and that includes everything about that ideal client, their psychographics, demographics, diving deep into who they are, but then it's also showing what are they frustrated with, what are they most challenged with, what's the problems they're trying to solve, and then what are their future goals, dreams, aspirations, and how do they talk about it, and what are they saying they really want, how are they showing up publicly, and what are the things they're doing privately behind the scenes? How are they feeling, thinking? What are they seeing, hearing? How are they talking to themselves, right? We have to go one step below the surface level because that's what's going to make your content better. That's what's going to make your emails speak to them. That's what's going to make your videos really resonate. And we want that instant resonance so that when you're ready to make the offer, they're ready to say, yes, I'm in, I need this. How did you know what I'm talking about? And so the more information that we can give your GPT, the better it is you're going to get back out. And so I have a document that I created when I was in, of course it's not going to work right now. I had a document I created as another program that I'm in that has all of my information on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just upload that here. Again, it has all of the information about who my ideal client is. So in whichever way you put together this Google Doc, make sure it has who you are, what your offers is, how you help people, and then who your ideal client is in great detail. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to say go. And it's like, great. Now I am going to generate your content using the understanding of who my clients are, right? So it's going to give 6 different buckets, like I said before, and those 6 different buckets are we're sharing a story. So now it's going to give me 6 different story ideas. So for every bucket, you get 6 content ideas inside of it, okay? And so these story-driven posts are really going to help your ideal client feel seen and connect with you emotionally. Because we know that story creates emotion, and emotion drives decisions. People make decision based on emotion over facts and figures and stats alone. And we are more likely to remember a story than we are to remember the facts. So story is so important. And a lot of times story is incorporated in all of our content ideas, but we have these buckets that we want to make sure we're sharing stories with our audience that are really going to align with them. So when I think of sharing stories, you'll see these different ideas are the day I almost scrapped my offer. If your ideal client is not a past version of you, this story could be the day my client almost scrapped her offer, right? The day Amy almost scrapped her offer. Or why she ditched DIY and what happened next, right? These are sharing stories that are really relatable to your ideal client. So they can feel like they are in the shoes of this person, and it takes them from point A, where they are now, to point B, where they want to be, right? It's aligned with their different challenges and their aspirations. So with the story, the goal of the story is always to see change and transformation. It doesn't have to be the full story from start to finish, but there has to be some type of transformation in that story, okay? So it's going to go through and you can say, yes, I like these. No, I don't. Here's some real life stories, and then add that into this, right? You go back and forth with your GPT to make sure it really captures the essence of who you are and what you serve. So what it's going to do, I already went through this and copy and pasted. So I have 12 pages of content ideas in each different bucket. Okay, so as I said before, sharing a story, that's the first type of content it's going to give us. Then it's going to give us inspire. Okay, inspirational content is important because it's intended to motivate them to overcome those common barriers, struggles, frustrations, and break through whatever's holding them back, right? It's getting them to take action using relevant examples from your past clients, from your experience, or industry relevant examples, and the tangible steps to get to their goals, right? So these inspirational is really important because it gets them to see themselves in the shoes of where they want to be, okay? So that's inspiration. So we have share a story, inspire. So first week you can share a story. Second week you're inspiring. Third week we're creating mindset shifts, okay? And so the mindset shift is really important, especially as entrepreneurs. I'm sure that you've experienced or know this, but if you have a really great mindset about what you're doing next, the offer you're doing, the people you're reaching out to, when you have a good mindset, things are working. When you're thinking negatively, down on yourself, things aren't going to be working as well, right? What we focus on, we create, okay? And so mindset shifts challenge entrenched beliefs and encourage a fresh new perspective, a perspective shift. I include perspective shifts in almost everything I do because it gets our clients to say, aha, I didn't think of it like that, right? That's the reason that this isn't working. That's something I haven't tried before, right? So mindset shifts are really important. And we have to use relatable anecdotes and different approaches that resonate with what they might be experienced in real life, okay? So share a story, inspire, give a mindset shift, and then the next week what we're doing is we are educating or teaching, right? We don't want to have all types of educational because if we're just giving, teaching, it doesn't give them that aha of like, usually if we're just educating, they're like, oh, I get enough from your free content, I don't need to go any further. What we really want them to do is take that next step and come into our offer with us because we know they could get so much better results if they were inside of the container that we're offering. If they were working directly with us, they are going to get far better results than trying to DIY. But we still want to have those wins because sometimes our education or teaching, we still can create those aha moments. We're just breaking down some of those complex ideas, complex topics from your industry into easy to follow steps so they can get that quick win. And so that they know, oh my gosh, I'm getting this for free. I wonder what I'm going to get when I pay for it, right? So we're breaking down some of those complex topics into easy to follow steps. It's empowering your ideal client with actionable insights directly related to the challenges they're having and the opportunities you can give them. Okay, and then the last one that this content is giving you is around insights. So again, we don't just always want to educate or always have inspirational content. We're blending them all together, and now we're giving insight-based education. So we're exploring different trends and shifts within your industry, within the industry of your ideal client that, again, are highlighting. We're going back to what are they struggling with, what are their frustrations, and then what do they really want, right? So we're offering those strategic insights tailored to their biggest aspirations, tailored to their professional growth, their personal growth, like whatever it is you're offering. These are the insights. And so this is what it's going to do for you is it's going to give you different titles, prompts, things you can talk about. If you're not liking what it's saying, have a conversation. That's how GPT learns. That's how that gets better and better and better. And so like what really bothers me lately is everything is like quietly talks about this, or you don't have to be louder. Like it says quiet and louder and like everything I do, and it's really annoying. And so you won't ever see me say quietly, or you don't have to be louder in your content or in my content, and if I do, please call me out on it. Because once I start to see something used over and over and over again, I stop using it and I go a different way, because we don't talk about that. I don't talk that way. We want to talk in the way that people are actually talking. In the Voxer message I'd send my client, in the voice note I'd send my bestie. Like, we have to still be real in the videos, the emails, all the things we're doing. So these are the core content ideas you want to be using that all still relate back to your offer and to how you help your people get from point A to point B. So all of the stories, all of the inspirational content, the mindset shifts, the education and teaching, the insights, all of that is going to relate back to what you do and how you help your ideal client get from point A to point B. So that's very important. And this specific content generator is going to help you do that. So once you've gone back and forth and you like all of the things it's given you inside of these, what you can do is you can copy and paste it onto another doc. And then I have this amazing email GPT that I've created that inputs my framework structures for the emails. Like I said before, we're doing perspective shifts, we're doing all of this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and say, we're going to turn this content, these core content ideas that we created, into emails. And so again, you upload all about your ideal client. Again, this is called Unicorn Client because it's from another coaching program that I'm in, because I'm always learning and improving so that I can help you get better and build your business, scale your community, do all the things, right? So we're doing this, and then I'm also going to take and put in my content ideas. And so you can just copy and paste if you haven't created these, what your content is, who your ideal client is, and then we're just going to push go. And we are all set to start converting the high email sequence. So now I can go in and it is going to write these emails in minutes, right? And then I read through and I'm like, do I like this? Does this work? Does it sound like me? A lot of times I'm not like what offer is quietly sitting on your Google Drive right now? I would say, please don't ever use the word quietly. Make this sound more personal. Make it sound more human. I go back and forth. It writes the email. I copy and paste, and we put it and send it out. Okay? I do the same thing for podcasts, for blog episodes, whatever it might be. But once you have those core content pillars that are relating back to your offer, driving people to say yes, that is what is going to start getting people to convert. When you are continuously in front of them in an aligned way, it instantly resonates with them and they are ready to take that next step. They see that you are finally the one that's going to get them to where they need to be. What you are doing is different than what everybody else in your industry is doing. Even though you might be offering the same thing, I guarantee it, you have a special way that you are helping them. The way you're showing up, the way they experience you, the way you are serving them is different than the person offering the same coaching, the same consulting that you are offering. And this allows them to say, aha, this is why it hasn't worked for me before, and this is how it's going to work for me now. So I hope you found this helpful. If you have any other questions, please by all means feel free to reach out, comment on this episode. I am here to help you to make this better, and to help you build and grow and scale your communities. So thank you again. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your day.